In a peaceful valley surrounded by ancient mountains, there was a village where life moved slowly and gently. In this quiet place lived a 24-year-old young man named Marco, who carried a storm within his mind. Despite the beauty around him, Marco's thoughts never let him rest. His mind wandered endlessly. Thoughts about past mistakes and worries about the future crowded his every moment. His heart felt heavy, his nights sleepless, and his smile had long disappeared. No matter what he did, he could not silence the constant noise in his head. One evening, while sitting by a river, Marco heard a traveler speak of a wise man living deep in the hill country. The traveler said the man once lived in the city, a renowned psychologist who had helped countless souls find peace. Now, in his old age, he had chosen to live near nature, far from the noise of the world. People who met him often returned changed, calmer, wiser, more at peace. Hope sparked in Marco's heart, and he decided he had to meet this man. The very next morning, Marco packed his small bag and set off on a journey into the hills. Days passed as he climbed rocky paths, crossed rivers, and rested under open skies. Though his feet were tired, his heart felt lighter with each step. He believed something good awaited him. Finally, he reached a small village nestled between hills, filled with birdsong and the scent of pine. At the edge of the village stood a humble home, covered in green vines and flowering plants. On its porch sat an old man with silver hair and closed eyes, his face calm like still water. Marco approached him quietly, unsure of what to say, and then softly spoke. "Grandfather, my mind is always noisy. I feel lost. I can't find peace. Can you help me?" The old man slowly opened his eyes and a warm smile spread across his face. "Peace," he said gently, "is not far, but you must learn how to see it." He stood up, walked into his yard, and returned with a clear glass filled to the brim with water. "Take this," he said, handing the glass to Marco. "Walk to the end of the village and return, without spilling a single drop." Marco looked puzzled, but he accepted the task with a nod. Holding the glass carefully, he began to walk. The path was narrow, the village busy. Children played, women called out, dogs barked, but Marco kept his eyes on the glass. Each step was deliberate, each breath measured. He blocked out the noise, the movement, the distractions. His world became only the water in the glass. Some villagers stopped and stared, but no one interrupted. Slowly, Marco made his way back, still holding the water steady. He reached the old man and proudly said, "I did it. Not a single drop spilled." The wise man nodded with approval, then asked, "Did you see the children laughing beside the road?" "No," Marco replied. "Did you hear the birds in the trees, or the music playing from a house?" "No," Marco said again. "I was only focused on the water." The old man's eyes twinkled as he said, "That, my son, is how the mind becomes quiet. When your mind lives fully in the present moment, it has no room for fear, for regret, or for worry. You were not in the past. You were not in the future. You were only here. And in that simple moment of attention, you found peace." Marco stood still, taking in the meaning behind the words. His mind felt calm, not because the world had changed, but because he had. "So," he asked, "peace is not somewhere outside, waiting to be found?" The old man shook his head gently. "No, peace lives within you, hidden behind all the noise. When you bring your attention fully to this moment, the noise fades. The heart clears. You don't need to chase peace. You simply need to stop running from the present." Marco bowed deeply, his eyes misty with gratitude. "Thank you, grandfather. I will remember this." The sun was setting, painting the sky with orange and gold. Birds flew back to their nests, and the breeze carried the scent of wildflowers. Marco turned to leave, but this time his steps were lighter, and his smile was real. He no longer feared the past, nor worried about tomorrow. In his heart bloomed a quiet joy, a gift from the present moment. As he walked back home, he realized that the journey to peace wasn't in miles traveled, but in stillness found. And from that day forward, Marco lived differently. He ate with full presence, he walked with awareness, and he breathed with gratitude. The world remained the same, but his mind had emptied, and that changed everything. So if you too are searching for peace, remember Marco's story. You don't have to go far. You just have to be here, fully, quietly, now. Thank you for joining us at Gratitude Blooms. If this story touched your heart, please like the video and share it with someone you care about. And don't forget to subscribe for more inspiring stories that help you reconnect with peace, gratitude, and your true self. Until next time, stay present, stay grateful, and keep blooming.